talk about Draymond Green. So Steph Curry didn't play. Jimmy Butler kind of floated through it. And then there was Draymond, who was playing really well and then just did the thing he does where he like got frustrated, tried to get like draw like a 3-shot foul 30 feet away from the hoop, flailed his arms, hit the dude in the face. I mean, for an all-time great athlete, he just loses control of his limbs like more than anyone I've seen. Smacks a dude, gets another technical, and then is this freaking close to getting another one and getting thrown out of the game. Curry comes on the court, not even playing, to calm him down. Jimmy Butler's trying to calm him down. Everyone's like his freaking therapist out there. They take him out of the game. He took himself figuratively out of the game. They took him out of the game, and he never really re-engaged, in my opinion. Dude, you're 35. That's all I have to say. Dude, what was that? I don't understand him.
I think I'm just going to disagree again. I'm sorry. So I got to watch this game with a few of my buddies, and the entire time they were doing the same thing you're doing right now. They were saying, Draymond, why are you doing this? You always do this. You're going to get suspended, and you're going to cook us, and it's going to be terrible. I will forever stand on Draymond Green doing that, elbowing Naz Reid in the head. I'm positive for it. I'm pro. I'm sorry. I am. And I know how crazy it sounds.
Can I give a quick rebuttal before you, and then you can rebuttal my rebuttal? Dude, you picked up technical number 5. You have 2 left in a game that you were punting. You punted this game. Come on. If you want to check out of the game, you could check out like Jimmy. Jimmy checked out. Jimmy freaking checked out, but he didn't get a technical, man. You smacked the dude in the head again. Smacked him. You like that?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Send a message.
Send a message, and more than that, it's a good way to get your guys a little riled up. Seeing Draymond, I'm just going to be honest. If you are on the bench and you are seeing Draymond Green scream at a referee, screaming at him, telling him it's BS, and he's coming over to you, you're telling me your blood's not boiling a little bit.
Maybe that's why Kuminga played so well. I
don't know. I'm not going to
think about that, did you?
I'm not going to give Draymond the credit for it, but it could be like, I think that when Draymond does his antics and he is doing a quick little hit because he's not liking it or something like that, I think it brings up team morale. And if you look at post-game interviews and all that stuff, all of the team openly says it, that Draymond is the leader and that when he does stuff like this, he's setting a tone. And I believe
okay, but hold on. It didn't work tonight. He played 29 minutes. He had 9 points. He was 3 for 10. He was 1 of 6 from 3. He had 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Yeah. It was not his best performance. He's got to do a whole lot better, and he's got to stop getting technicals in the second round of the playoffs because this is a team that could go far.
They could.
And they really can't afford to lose him. They don't have another big man, although TJD, though. Pretty good player.
Let's not get too high on TJD. He got bullied by Julius Randle all night if we're going to keep it a buck. But I will just be really honest. I will stand on Draymond Green. I will forever stand on it. It was around, like, I just looked it up real quick to see. It's like 8 minutes left in the half. He doesn't really come. He comes back in for very limited minutes. Then we get to the third quarter. Then momentum changes. I'm just saying. I think that when he does stuff like that, it's helping the team out. A lot of people disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. But I think it helps.
Fair enough. It's Draymond Green. He has nights like this, and then he comes back and he's a champion. So moving ahead, it seems to me that game 1, he did a great job on Randall. Game 2, I felt like he wasn't on Randall as much, and all of a sudden Randall went for 24, 10 of 17. Randall isn't good.
Whoa.
24, 7, and 11. Like, if you put Draymond on Randall, that's the end of Randall. So to me, in game 3, you get the right starting lineup out there. You get Draymond on Randall. You get Jimmy Butler on Gobert, who's not a freaking threat to score. You get Kuminga on Edwards. And now you got a defense. I don't know. I actually came away from this game feeling encouraged. I feel like they're going to win game 3.
I think they can, but I just don't know if putting Jimmy on Rudy's a good idea because then you're just going to let Rudy get 20-plus boards and 10 of them are offensive rebounds, and they're getting second chance point after second chance point.
Dude, let them try to run their offense through Rudy, man. He has no offensive game, and he got smacked in the head at the end of the game. Smacked.
Do you think they would ever run the offense through Rudy? They would
never
run the offense.
He can't.
No, because they're
you don't put your best defender on Rudy, man. You almost want to dare them. Throw it to him. Throw it to Rudy, dude.
I agree. I agree. You don't put the best defender on Rudy, but you have to put a big on Rudy. That's the rule. And the issue is Kevon isn't going to do it.
Didn't in game one, though. They went small in game one and freaking destroyed him. I think you want quickness. I think you want to run that big, slow French dude off the court. Run him off the court. He's clunky. He's so overrated to me. I don't like Rudy Gobert. And I do like French people, even though they kind of punked out in World War II. I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, you guys really just
I wasn't expecting that.
It was like 3 weeks. It's like, okay, we quit. Thanks. Yeah. Anyway, gonna let that slide. It was almost 100 years ago. But I've always felt that Rudy Gobert is super overrated. And I'm not, to me, you got to stop. You can't let Randall go for 24. Gobert went for 5 points tonight. He took 4 shots.
What do you mean? Yeah, that's what he does.
You can't let, that's what he does. You can't let Randall go for 24. That you lose. Because they're doing a good job against Edwards. I'm pointing at my phone right now, guys. Edwards, 20 points. Hobbled.
No, Edwards, to be completely honest, I don't think he had a very good game. I think he missed a lot of layups. And the big thing for him is he's kind of pulling a Luka and a Jalen Brunson of constantly looking at the refs and being like, hey, man, where's my foul? And it's like, hey, dude, it's the playoffs. So maybe that was a foul a couple weeks ago. It's not a foul now, unfortunately. So that's a big thing. But I think you're kind of sleeping on Rudy. I agree that Rudy is definitely overrated by most people. Like, everyone agrees. But I think we forget that when the Timberwolves, they brought him in, their defense went from like bottom of the league to 4th best in the league. Like, you're paying him to be an elite defender. You're not paying him to score literally any points. And it's because of that. You use him in pick and roll. And tonight we kept Draymond on him, which was, in my opinion, I think the best option, because who else is going to try and out-rebound Rudy Gobert?
PrizePicks is sponsoring the Cohn Zone this year. PrizePicks is the leader in daily fantasy and the best place to win cash while watching sports. And the best part about the app is it's really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. I'm a Niners guy. So when I'm doing PrizePicks, I'm looking, the last couple of years, I'm looking at Deebo Samuel because I know Deebo Samuel better than Deebo Samuel knows Deebo Samuel. So if it's like drops, I'm taking more. Or if it's like punches thrown towards his long snapper on the sideline during the 4th quarter of a game, the 49ers will go on to win. I'm smashing more because I know the 49ers and I'm a PrizePicks guy. Now, maybe they didn't have those exact plays, but they have so many plays that'll make your head spin. And you can play PrizePicks in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Best part about it is the new user offer. PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. So win or lose, you'll get $50 just for playing. That sounds like a win to me. Use promo code COHN, COHN, to claim your $50 today. Tell them Grant sent you.
No one on our team. Kevon's too small. He's 6'9".
See, I disagree with you on that. See, that's why I don't like having Draymond on Rudy Gobert. To me, that's a total waste. I don't like it. Because what you're trying to do is like, okay, well, I'm anticipating the pick and roll. And so now I want to get the switch and get Draymond on. What it's like, no, dude, if you take Draymond off Julius Randle, he's going to torch you. And he's not even good. You can shut down Julius Randle by putting Draymond on him, or you could let Julius Randle go for 25. Up to you. That's the way I look at it. I bet you they put Draymond back on Julius Randle game 3.
You might be right, but to me, right, this is where then I see it from. Would I rather let Julius Randle take 20 shots and pray that he misses some, or would I rather have somebody on Rudy Gobert that is going to not get rebounds over him, and they're going to get probably 6, 7, maybe 8 different second point chances?
On him. You put Loon Dog on him.
6'9" Loon, 6'9" Loon on. By the way, Big Loon is 6'9".
Rudy Gobert. I'm tired of that dude. All right, I want to talk about Brandin Pods. So, interesting little quirk of the stat sheet. It may not mean anything, but dude was the only dude who was in positive +1. He had 11 points, 4 of 9, 1 for 4 from 3. That means he was 3 of 5 from inside the arc. Also had 6 rebounds and 6 assists. He's a solid player who makes a nice all-around impact. But he pissed me off tonight, man. I'm sorry. He's another guy who needs to be more aggressive, dude. 9 shots. Ooh, and like you're getting inside the 3-point arc. Like, you got good looks. You that floater is open for him all game. Can he hit the floater? It seems to me like he has so much potential to be really good, and he's on the cusp, and he really pissed me off tonight because he wasn't doing it. Not that I'm rooting for the Warriors. I'm just like, come on. I'm rooting for Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. You just want Brandon to succeed.
Yeah, I want him to be the best Brandon.
I don't know. Pods had an interesting evening to me. I think Pods, he showed a good bit of aggressiveness in the first half. He did go for the rack a couple times. He had that floater you're talking about where he missed front iron. I feel like that's a really consistent theme with him. He's kind of done that all year. If he misses
Dude, if
the
he could
floater,
hit that, he'd be such a good player, man.
he can. That's the thing. It's just his
I
efficiency. It
Which is
just
why he
wasn't the
takes
best
it.
there.
But it's like,
Yeah.
that should be automatic. That's like the Jalen Brunson all day.
To me, my big thing with Pods was I feel like he was kind of matched up with Deeve for big points in the game, and Deeve outplayed him by miles. It wasn't really close. Deeve hit better shots, more efficient shots, played way better defense than him. And to me, that kind of said everything about the two players. Like, I love Pods, but I do think Deeve is better than him. And I think when you get a guard that's going to be tenacious on him, his tenacity has been his big thing. But when somebody's more tenacious, they're not going to really do too much. I think he also got the unfortunate bit of
I'm like, who are you talking about? DiVincenzo.
Yeah, Deeve. Come on.
Of course.
Come on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I love Deeve.
Love
yeah.
Deeve.
Gotta shorten it.
Yeah. They're similar players, but Deeve is just like 5 years older.
And also, I mean, you saw it there. Like, if they were playing defense on each other, if you compared both defensive sets, Deeve was playing miles better defense than Pods was. And Pods kind of, to me, he took the brunt of the offense for the first quarter, I'd say. And it wasn't working. It just plain and simply was not working. The Timberwolves defense is pretty strong, and he wasn't able to get clean shots and clean looks. And if he's not making them and he's not getting clean looks, he's not doing too much else, to be completely honest. And I love the guy, but
I like about Pods is he's just like 6'4" white guy with curly hair who really thinks he's like as good as Anthony Edwards. And he's not. But you like have to have that mentality to even make it as far as he has. And I really appreciate any athlete with like irrational confidence. And I'm asking him to have more of that. Like, dude, you were a little too humble tonight, man. No Curry. Like, take 15 shots. Take 17, man. Like, whoa. Jimmy doesn't want to take them. This is your night. And he did it against the Rockets. I mean, he had that incredible performance against him. He has it in him. He has the green light. Don't wait for Draymond to take the shot. Like, it's you. Anyway.
I don't know. I think he kind of did his best, to be honest, and it just didn't work at all tonight. Even though he was like 4 for 9. Like, I guess that's still a decent split, but it's not good playoff split to me.
It's interesting. We both said they lost the game in the first 13 minutes, and then the commenter came in and be like, "Well, it was a 7-point deficit in the third quarter. It's hard to say." They erased it. They were back in the game, and then they took out Draymond and Kuminga. Maybe they keep him in game 3 and they win the game. Hit a couple more players, then we'll take some prize picks and get to football. Buddy. He's a little bit wild out there on defense. They blow by him a lot. But on offense, I mean, he's really terrible inside the 3-point arc. He was 1 of 5 inside the 3-point arc. But behind it, he was 4 of 9.
Yeah, I mean, he had a turnaround early that was pretty clean, and it was like a Buddy Hield shot. I really think Buddy was in the case of just getting screwed by really good defense and not setting good enough picks by the Warriors. Like, there was plenty of plays where they had one pretty early on for like one of the first buckets, I feel like it was, where they had an out of bounds play, set up a quick screen, Buddy runs off it, boom, easy 3. Like, if you do that a few more times and you're able to do it efficient and like screeners are doing well, I think he gets a couple more buckets. Honestly, not the worst 3-point shooter on the team tonight, even through that 4 for 9 thing. I think he was okay, to be completely honest. I don't think he was great, but he was okay. He had a few blow-bys. He got blown by a couple times, but he also had a few sets of some pretty good defense, especially for a guy that is a well below average defender.
Make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. It's easy to savor more this spring. Factor meals factor in the flavor with none of the fuss. Get started at factormeals.com/Cohn50off and use code Cohn50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's Cohn50off at factormeals.com/Cohn50off for 50% off plus free shipping.
I'll take
They
it,
need
buddy.
him taking 9 threes a night. They need him taking at least 9 threes a night. So him going 4 for 9, he did his job. I think of all the people tonight, who would you say did their job? Buddy was 1. I'd say Kuminga was 2, considering he came off the bench and scored 18, let him all in scoring. Hard to say that anyone else really did their job. Like Draymond didn't have his best night. Neither did Jimmy.
Draymond had a few bad balls and a few turnovers that were kind of sloppy, but I think as a whole, he had a few pretty huge defensive plays. And I think he made a couple threes. I think it was a good Draymond night, to be completely honest. And I think he probably, for the role that he was supposed to be, I think Draymond might be 1, just to be honest, just because everyone else, there's no other roles really. It was pretty much Draymond was the only, and Buddy were the only 2 people that really knew their roles.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see about Draymond. I'd like to see Draymond get back to making Jimmy, what's his face? Julius Randle look like, who's a Julius who sucks at basketball? I was going to say Julius Irving, but he was great. So
he's really good. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you about that one. All right. Moses Moody. What do you think about Moses Moody, man?
Oh, great.
Points. 0-5 from the field, 0-4 from 3. He took some like end of the shot clock shots that had no chance. He didn't really do a lot, but he plays with confidence, and you got to respect that.
No, I don't. I don't at all. So I've been around people for the past year and a half that have been telling me every day, Moses Moody, he's going to be the next one. He's really good. He's really good. And I'll be so for real, I've been anti for a really long time because I don't think he has a good dribble. I think some of his shots are abysmal. This was that game. He had some of the worst shots I've ever seen. I'll give him credit. 2 of them were grenades. Grenades is, 3 seconds left on the shot clock, you get the ball. That's depressing. But he was inefficient on offense and on defense. It didn't matter what it was. He was inefficient, and Kerr kept playing him. He kept playing him for some reason. I will never know why, but he wanted to give him minutes, even though he was ice cold. He was Antarctic levels of cold. He was dry ice cold. And they kept him.
He was minus 13 in 16 minutes. Hold on. Pat Spencer was minus 20 in 13 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm going to open this can of worms right now. Box plus minus is one of the stupidest stats of
You're
all
right.
time.
It's just incredible that someone could get that could happen in 13 minutes. But yeah, it wasn't all Pat Spencer's fault. But yeah, wow.
I mean, I'm a Pat Spencer stan. I'll be honest. Like
Kevin
though he had a
Knox
bad
played in this game. Why?
You know what we call Kevin Knox where I'm from? We call him Mr. Fortnite. I don't know if you've seen his draft day fit. To anyone watching this, if you've never seen his draft day fit, it is a literal blazer with the inside of it reading Fortnite across of it. It is so goddamn funny. It is so funny. That's all I have to say about Kevin Knox tonight. That's literally it. I have nothing else to say about him.
All right, last Warrior. We'll move on to the Niners. Trace Jackson Davis. He can dunk and he's lefty. What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to give him – I'm not a Trace Jackson Davis stan. I'm going to give him some props, though. He's got bunnies. That alley-oop one-hander, oh, my God. That was mean. That was so mean. And I stood up and I jumped around. I'll be so honest. I jumped around like I was 13 years old, and I was bouncing like Trace Jackson Davis. Oh, my God. But he's kind of a liability when it comes to some defensive stuff. He had some good plays, and his offensive stuff, if he's getting the ball up high, I trust it. Otherwise, I don't really trust it too much.
Game 3, who's winning?
I'm going T-Wolves, and then Warriors are going to get 4. That's what I think. They need another game to figure out how to beat them without Steph. Or I think
they're going to win Game 3.
Okay.
I think they're going to win Game 3. I think Draymond is going to. He gets a technical every other game. He's going to be locked in. No technical from Draymond. Jimmy Butler is going to take 17 shots, and they're going to win. So I've decided. Quentin Post is going to play no minutes. Quentin Post. Can we talk about Quentin Post real quick? He was minus 13 in 3 minutes. That was it, dude.
Yep.
3 minutes. And it wasn't all his fault, but damn. Wow. Stupid stat. Retarded. Sorry, I can't say that. So sorry.
I got two things really quick. For starters, Emiliano, I feel like you always cook me. You cooked me again with saying that I have a fat head of Spencer's mustache on my wall. I was a lacrosse player, so I love Spencer, but damn, you really cooked me. Bravo. 2, if you want, Grant, if you're so confident the Warriors will win Game 3, you can throw a little bottle of wine on that if you'd like.
Just throw a bottle of wine on it.
Yeah, you want a bottle of wine? That Rosso?
Just throw a bottle of wine on it.
We're in. Chat, you've seen it. It's confirmed.
Okay. All right, bottle of wine. It's going down.